Modern gaming. It's a thing everyone loves to complain about. Expensive tat, games that don't work on launch, features that were in the trailers that seem to be missing from the game, shady high score reviews from magazines. It's normally at this point that you'll get an old fart like me wandering in to say, heck, it weren't like that back in my day. But it absolutely was. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Roadrunner to the stand. Good evening, Mr. Roadrunner. Could you please confirm that is your full name?
Beep, beep.
Thank you, sir. And can you also just confirm for me that old people who think retro gaming was a shining beacon of perfection are, let's say, talking out of their arse?
Beep, 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 beep.
1987. I'm 5 years old and Warner Brothers cartoons are on TV literally every 6 minutes.
Beep, beep.
News reports are interrupted to bring us cartoons about a camp alien.
Warning with some of the worst weather in recent memory. Storm.
Matron, please, I'm not that kind of doctor.
The world is obsessed. Or at least the UK was, or at least I was. I always watched Warner Brothers cartoons. They were literally always on. That explains then why I ended up with Roadrunner at some point, and I can't remember a single game that has picked me up and dashed me against the rocks as hard as this game did. I was so excited to play this. I can't even put it into words. If I was to put it into a noise, it'd be... The first thing to really set off my young excitement gland was the packaging. Look! It's actually real-life Roadrunner! Look at the back! They're in the little circle things like what they were in the cartoons. And look, this is an arcade conversion. It must be good if there's an arcade version of the game, because arcades are great! I am an excited child! On first loading up the game, good impressions continue. The main screen is bold and colourful. The music is also pretty well done. This looks like a winner, and in all truth it probably would have been, but for the fact it doesn't work. It simply doesn't work. Or does it work? Is it just me that isn't working? This game is giving me an existential crisis. You see, the goal here, much like the arcade game, is to escape Wile E. Coyote, picking up seed in order to keep your seed bar up. I guess that's just thematic energy. The arcade game here is obviously far brighter and more colourful than its ZX Spectrum counterpart, hence why they showed the arcade game on the back of the box. But the concept is still the same. Run away from the wolf, get yourself some seed, job's a good one. Let me see if you can spot the problem. That's right. The one thing you need to do is only actually achievable about 15% of the time. The seeds just won't pick up. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no specific angle that works more than others. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And for the past 20 plus years, all I could think is, was I doing this wrong? Why won't Roadrunner do the one thing he's supposed to do?
Why don't you just leave the seed?
I hear you ask, which is weird. How do you know where I live? Well, anyway, for each one you miss, you lose a chunk of your health bar, seed bar, whatever. Miss 4 seeds and you're dead anyway, so you just end up doing this.
All day, all I do is go round and round and round. I'm sick of going round and round and round.
This is the game now, and this is the game as it was. I could reach level 2 as a child, and I can reach level 2 now. When you're not missing seed, you're getting stuck on the scenery or dying to a wily coyote that hasn't even appeared on the screen yet. What else can I even show you? The reviews. The reviews have got to mention all this, right? Otherwise it's definitely a me problem. This game has given me a complex. Ace Magazine.
This Atari coin-op gobbled stacks of coins when it appeared in the arcades early in 1987. It made the strange decision to cast the game's player as the Roadrunner rather than Wile E. Coyote, the hapless hero of the cartoons who never quite manages to catch that darn bird. The aim is to put as much distance between you, Roadrunner, and Wile E. as possible. All of the frills of the coin-op are here. The puff of smoke at Roadrunner's feet as he hops on the jet-powered skateboard, for example. There's also the pogo stick escape route and the various bits of grain to be gobbled up by the bird as he moves. A simple but amusing conversion of the Atari coin-op. Good fun, even if you only get a few days challenge out of it.
No mention at all. CMVG magazine, much the same, and close to perfect scores across the board. Sinclair user?
Straightforward chase game, which captures the original cartoon quite well. Let down by small graphics. Straightforward chase game, which captures the original cartoon quite well. Let down by small graphics. Straightforward chase game. 7 out of 10.
No mention of the issues. You're Sinclair?
A true enough conversion of the popular arcade game with lots to recommend. Good, clean, cartoon fun.
No mention of the issues. Just to clarify, they state that a score of 7 means...
No great shakes, but highly playable all the same. As the quality of specky games continues to improve, many games we'd once have raved about now get around 7. Filelander, not bad.
How is it playable when it doesn't work? It took until Crash Magazine to find any single mention of this.
I was quite impressed by the presentation of Roadrunner. The title screen with the attractive border and tune, I played the 128 version, were all very nice. But when I started on the game, I was in for a disappointment. The in-game graphics aren't exactly stunning, as colour has been overused to the detriment of the reasonable characters. And I was most annoyed by the machine's finickiness over placing of the Roadrunner in order to pick up the pile of seed. Overall, quite reasonable if you're a big fan of the cartoon, but as a standalone game, it's a bit of a letdown.
Thank you, Mike, the first sensible voice I've heard today, although it didn't stop you giving the game 73%, even though it doesn't work. So, only one person mentions it, but it does get mentioned, which means that this wasn't just me. It's just that every other reviewer was shite and only Mike knew what he was on about. You might expect that a game with issues this glaring then would have been put together by a handful of nobodies, but some of the names listed with this game are basically Spectrum royalty. Specifically, Dawn Drake, Fred Gray, and Jimley Bagothy. So what on earth happened, Jim?
Yeah, it was a bug. My young naive self was trying to be clever and make it a 3D collision, and obviously it didn't match up. So yeah, it was a bug in a way. Lol.
LOL? This is no laughing matter, Jim Bagley. This is no laughing matter at all. 20 odd years I've had this game hanging over me. 20 odd years of feeling that... Actually, when you think about it, it is pretty funny. This is the perfect example of why retro gaming wasn't quite as great as everyone makes it out to be. You can sit there all you want and bark on about the good old days, but if a game got released and it wasn't finished, it just never got finished. Roadrunner was, sadly, a game pushed out of the door before it managed to get the last vital fix it needed, and so it stands to this day as a monument to those who think that this kind of thing didn't happen. It wasn't Jim's fault, of course. This was merely a situation where the moneyheads wanted to get their licensing fee back, and Jim just didn't get the time he needed to fix it. So, do I recommend Roadrunner? Of course I bloody don't. It's broken. However, it's not all bad news. Jim informs me that he's due to right the wrongs he did to me all those years ago with a ZX Spectrum Next version on the way that will make the game work. So, yeah, you might complain about modern games needing patches to work properly, but at least you didn't have to wait nearly 25 years for one, in a state of paranoia that had you wondering if you'd been outsmarted by a pile of seed.